Now we turn to Myriam Marques, member of the Defend Democracy in Brazil Committee. Thanks for joining us, Myriam.
Thank you very much.
Well, I know you were watching today, you were watching the events, but also the press conference and the body language between the two, as well as applying it to what you already know about the relationship between the United States and Brazil. What is your reaction to this closeness or the political affinity between the two leaders of President Trump and President Bolsonaro?
So to start, I would like to say that it's not the first time that he is saying that Brazil never been so close to the United States, and it's not true. In fact, Brazil always had good relationships, good diplomatic relations with the United States. In our past, even in the military regimes, you know, presidents of Brazil came to the United States to share technology in education, in health, in science, our universities. There is a lot of universities that collaborated with Brazil here, even in military issues. So he's pretending he's never been close. I think President Trump even didn't look at the history of Brazil and the United States relations to say that. We had, very good relations, always.
Well, and we have had great relationships with Brazil going forward, but right now there's obviously a little bit of strain in dealing with Venezuela, and Brazil has been an ally of this government and of this administration. Now, speaking of that, though, Brazil wants the U.S. to grant it major non-NATO ally status. In fact, according to most online, they say that you kind of already are. President Trump even mentioned joining NATO. Do you think actually joining NATO right now, considering all of the different events that NATO has to be involved in and the price you have to pay to be a part of it, do you think Brazil is actually interested in this? And would it be in Brazil's best interest to join into something as complex as NATO at this time?
You know, I think, first of all, I don't know what's to be a non-ally. It's a very strange nomination. Start also, NATO, as far as we know, yes, they exchange technology, they exchange war, business, right? Brazil has nothing to do with war. The last time that Brazil was in a war, it was in the Paraguay War that was a disaster. And we sent Brazilians to the second war. Otherwise, what Brazil needs, yes, we need a lot of technology to do the goal and the role of the army in Brazil, the militaries, which is protect our borders, protect the vast Amazon, protect the people there, cooperating mission in peaceful missions. That was the role and the goal and the mission of the Brazil Army. We are a very Pacific country. We are for peace. We are not interested in war. Brazilian people need much more than wars at this time, especially to do like the United States do, you know, spend 50% of a big chunk of this, you know, this budget in wars. Brazilians do not like that. We have no tradition on that.
Well, that's the thing right now. With Brazil being right next to Venezuela, obviously the president's even mentioned military intervention with the regime conflict that is going on there in Venezuela. If it was to use its northern border, foreign intervention in Venezuela, how would this impact not only Brazilians that live there, or would this be something that the people would support, considering this would mean that U.S. military would be up on the borders between those two countries?
Well, this is a very dangerous move, in my opinion, and in the opinion of a lot of Democrats in Brazil. You know, Venezuela is our partner, our neighbor, always in good cooperation. We really think, the Democrats of Brazil, what we think is that what's going on in Venezuela is their problem. Is their problem. We can cooperate. Maybe we should help them to solve their problems with negotiations, with this kind of things, but never, you know, open a way to the United States or any other country enter Venezuela in any mission. Humanitarian missions, we can help a lot. You know, the Red Cross already says that it's not about humanitarian aid. I think this is a very dangerous move to Brazil, and Brazil never should do that.
Well, Myriam, thank you for joining us. You know, most of our conversations focused on Venezuela and Brazil and American friendship right now, but hopefully we'll have you back on. We can actually focus on Brazil and some of the great things that are going on within the country.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this last video. We have a ton more great content just like this for you. So if you want more, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, and remember, never stop questioning more.